guys, what's up? It's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be doing some meal prepping. I am actually about to meal prep for the next 3 or 4 days or so. And so I figure when I go ahead and film it and show you guys how I personally meal prep and just the way that I keep it simple and easy. I do not like time-consuming meal preps. I don't like anything super intricate. I want my meal preps to be simple and easy and like at least last me 3 or 4 days. I know there are certain people who will meal prep for the whole entire week. I used to do that, but to be totally honest, I just feel like after day 4, like the food just gets it feels bland. It feels bland. It just doesn't taste as good. And so instead of trying to force myself to meal prep for the entire week, I just meal prep for like 3 to 4 days, and then I will meal prep again in the middle of the week to finish off the week. And I feel like that way, it not only allows me the opportunity to add some variety throughout the week, but it keeps my food tasting fresh and delicious, and I never get bored by doing it this way versus meal prepping throughout the entire week. So yeah, I'm going to be making a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I like to start off with dinner first and then work my way backwards because this usually takes the longest to make. It's not really a lot of prep time, but more time consuming because certain things have to go into the oven. So for dinner, I decided to do chicken burgers, sweet potato fries, and broccoli. So as you guys can see, I just bought some store-bought sweet potato fries. I personally hate cutting fries. It's like the bane of my existence. So I found these sweet potato fries at Sprouts. They are just one ingredient, so it only is sweet potatoes, but it's already pre-cut for me, which was great. Saves me so much time. So I just go ahead and of course put them on the baking sheet. I added some olive oil, sea salt, and pepper just to help season them just a bit. And then that is pretty much all the prep that goes into the sweet potatoes. I do cook them in the oven for about 30 minutes or so at 425 degrees. So that is pretty much the prep that goes for the sweet potatoes. And as far as the broccoli goes, of course, I rinsed it off first, then proceeded to chop up the broccoli. And again, I just seasoned it with some olive oil, sea salt, and pepper. So both the sweet potatoes and broccoli, again, very minimal prep. It just takes the longest to make because I have to cook it in the oven. I also forgot to mention that I do also add some red pepper flakes to the broccoli just to add a little bit more spice. And then I put both the broccoli and sweet potatoes in the oven. I already mentioned that I cook the sweet potatoes at 425 degrees for about 30 minutes or so, but the broccoli, I cook at the same temperature, but I only keep it in there for about 10 to 12 minutes because that cooks faster. And of course, I don't want for it to burn. Moving on to the chicken burgers. So I picked these Chipotle chicken patties up from Whole Foods, and y'all, they are so good and full of protein, very low in fat as well. So I like to cook the chicken patties on a cast iron skillet just to make it really taste like it came from the grill. And I cook them for about 5 minutes on each side, and it does the job, it does the trick, and they again are so tasty. I also like to quickly cook the inside of the burger buns. These are from Dave's Killer Bread, probably one of my favorite bread brands of all time because they are vegan, they're healthy, they are full of really good ingredients. So like I said, I will cook the inside of the burger buns for about a minute on the cast iron skillet, and then once I am done cooking everything, I just add everything to my meal prep containers. You guys see I have my burger, my sweet potato fries, and my broccoli, and that completes dinner. Now let's move on to lunch. So for lunch, I decided to do cilantro lime shrimp with white rice and cucumbers. So here I am adding the seasoning to kind of mix the shrimp in. I like to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seasoning and then about a teaspoon of salt, and I mix that into the shrimp. The shrimp I have about 2 pounds, and that will make about 4 to 5 servings for me. So I mix that in really good, and then on a skillet I will add olive oil as well as about 3 tablespoons of garlic. The garlic, I feel like, is a must. It really adds so much flavor to the shrimp. And so once I add the garlic, I of course add my shrimp mix in there, and then I will pretty much eyeball just how much cilantro as well as how much red pepper flakes I want to add to the shrimp. So that's pretty much just me eyeballing it. And I will also add a half a cup of lime juice to add that extra lime flavor. And oh y'all, this is hands down one of my favorite meals, not just for myself but for my daughter, because it turns out so good. It's like really foolproof and it's so delicious. Such a good meal prep idea for the week. And I will typically cook the shrimp in the skillet for about 7 to 10 minutes. It really just, like I said, I kind of just eyeball it and watch, but I will let it sit in the skillet for at least 7 to 10 minutes, mix it around, make sure everything gets nice and flavored and seasoned and juicy. And then, yeah, I move everything over to the meal prep containers. You guys see I have also added white rice, cucumbers. I feel like this is the perfect combination for the cilantro lime shrimp because the cucumbers, I don't know why, but it just adds the perfect balance of flavor. So I absolutely have to have cucumbers whenever I make cilantro lime shrimp. But yeah, I add everything into the meal prep containers and I'm good to go. All right, so last but not least, we have to tackle breakfast. So I decided to do overnight oats because it's quick, it's easy, and it always tastes good no matter what. So I am first adding in a half a cup of rolled oats. These are gluten-free oats, so perfect to get your morning started. I also will add in a scoop of protein. I typically would do the Isopure whey protein, but this time I decided to try the Isopure plant-based protein. Honestly, it's not my favorite. I prefer the whey protein, but this still got the job done. So I just add in a scoop of protein powder, and then I added in some agave, some cinnamon, and then add in my almond milk. So I always start off with a half a cup of almond milk, just because I would rather start with too little than to start with too much milk, because once you pour in too much milk, your overnight oats are like super soggy and wet and the texture is just off. So I would typically start off with the half a cup and then pour in more almond milk as as I start to mix it up and see that I need to add more. So as you guys can see, I am just mixing and stirring the overnight oats up together just to make sure the consistency is right and to make sure that everything is mixed together really well. So this part is probably the most tedious part, honestly, of the overnight oats. But once you get everything mixed together, the last step is to just simply add some fruit of your choice. This for me always varies. So sometimes I will do strawberries and blueberries, but then other days I will do banana and blueberries. It just really depends on how I'm feeling. But as you guys can see, some sort of fruit I think is a staple for this. And then you can also add whatever other toppings you want for your overnight oats. I know some people will do chia seeds, some people will add granola, some people will add peanut butter. It's really up to you and what your preference is. And there you have it. That is my super simple and easy meal prep. We got breakfast taken care of, lunch, and dinner. And all of these meals are super simple, easy, and delicious. You cannot go wrong. I also wanted to share with you guys my go-to snacks because I do usually eat 2 snacks throughout the day. So first one being yogurt with some fruit and maybe a little bit of granola. I also like to do a protein shake. So I'll either do a protein shake on the go or make a protein shake at home using a protein powder. These are 2 of my favorites. And then last but not least, protein bar because it's super convenient. All right, you guys, that wraps up today's meal prep with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. I feel like that was pretty simple. It took me all of an hour and a half to do the entire meal prep, and that included filming. So not too long to meal prep for the next couple days, and they are all delicious meals. I swear by them, they are so good, and I just feel satisfied knowing that I'm eating something that tastes good but is also good for my body. So I really hope you guys got some ideas from today's meal prep video. If you guys did, definitely go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And as always, I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all in the next video.